This is my 62 Impala, two-door sports coupe. I've owned this car probably 30, I don't know, say 35, 36, 37 years. One family owned. My uncle bought it new in Alabama. I wanted this car ever since I laid eyes on it when I was 5 years old in 1962. He pulled up in my grandparents' driveway in Alabama, and I seen it coming from a distance, and I thought it was the prettiest car I'd ever seen in my life. So it come to find out it was my uncle driving the car, and I ran up to him and told him that it was the prettiest car I'd ever seen in my life. And I asked him would he save it for me. And my grandmother come behind me. I'm making this story really short. If you want to hear the complete story, go back several videos on my 62 Impala. Anyway, my grandmother heard me say that. She come up behind me, and I didn't know she was behind me. They live out on a farm. And she heard me say that. So when my uncle got ready to get rid of the car, because it has a zillion miles on it, he sold insurance. So sorry about that. Anyway, my grandmother bought the car from my uncle. He sold insurance, and this car's got thousands and hundreds of thousands of miles on it. But she bought the car and she saved it for me. This was the only car they had for years. My grandfather didn't ever drive a car or a truck, but my grandmother did. And they finally bought a 64 Impala, a black one, four-door, black with red insides. It's a beautiful car, but she hung on to this car, and I never did know why. Never did. So she kept it in a garage, and I didn't know it anyway. When I make a long story short, I'm going as fast as I can here trying to tell you. My grandmother called me one day back about 1983, 84, when they were still alive, and asked me if I was interested in the car. And I said, of course I am. So I kept asking her how much, and she never would say. Make a long story short, I drove from Tennessee to Alabama, and the car had been in a garage and hadn't been moved in long time, for years I guess, but wound up driving the car home. I had checked all the fluids and all that, and the tires and everything that you would need to do to go on a trip. So I kept trying to pay my grandmother, telling her, what do you want for the car? She would not take anything for the car. I wound up giving her $1. I said, I can't feel good about taking this car because I just felt bad about it. Because my grandparents were not rich people at all, not money-wise. They were in love and having plenty of food on the table and a roof over their heads. I mean, they lived on a farm. They could grow their own food and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as having money to go do anything, they didn't have it. They was always what I call hand to mouth. I mean, as soon as you get some money in your hand, you got to buy something to keep your life going, food, gas, whatever. And they struggled their whole lives, but she saved this car for me. So I got it home, and of course it didn't look like it does now. It's still the original colors, but I had it painted about 1985 or 86, back original colors. And I've since lowered it, of course, and put these wheels on it. These are 17s, American racing wheels. I put the grill guard on it, and I put new door mirrors on it. It didn't have one on the passenger side, but I stuck one on it. And it's the right ones for a 62. It's got the little bow tie in it. I had the interior redone, traded around for interior. I couldn't afford interior for this car. It's very expensive. I put new carpet in it. had the headliner redone just like original. I've put dual exhaust on it, and I've put bumper guards on it. I've been buying emblems here and there when I could afford it. Trunk emblem and hood emblem, stuff like that. It's still got the original 283 with the power glide. I guess you can hear the power glide. 2-speed power glide automatic. Everything on the car, I mean, other than the wheels and maybe the stance, is pretty much original. I did change the steering wheel out for a 59. I know I've told y'all this before. I still got the 62, that steering wheel that come on it, but 59 is my favorite. So I stuck it on there, it kind of matches. Just little things, nothing that you probably couldn't put back original in just a few hours or whatever if you wanted to. But this car is really, really, really special to me. Of course, my grandparents have been gone for a long time. I mean, passed away. And this car means more to me than, I guess, any other vehicle I have, just because I think back on all, I mean, other than I love the car, I still love this car, don't get me wrong, but I get to thinking about the struggles my grandparents went through. If you knew those people, my grandparents, you'd fall in love with them. I mean, there was nobody that didn't like them. They were those kind of people that you just, as soon as you met them, why you just felt like you'd known them all your life. Those kind of people. And I mean, they just sat down. We'd get kitchen chairs and just sit out, put them out under a shade tree, and we'd just talk. And you know, they lived out on the farm, so you just sit out there and talk about olden times or whatever, or what's going on in the news today back in the day, or how they grew up, whatever. But they had compared to people nowadays, they had a pretty rough life. They didn't have a tractor or anything. They farmed with mules and had chickens, had a hog, you know, just a cow, milk cow. I mean, they done everything themselves. But it's those kind of people that, I mean, they didn't have no money is what I'm trying to say. And for her to hang on to this car when she had so many people before, and I didn't know this, but she told me later that she had lots of people come up and try to buy this car. And to me, that was before they were really popular. I mean, but she saved it for me when they could have got it. She could have sold it and probably got a good chunk of change for it, and just saved it for me. So it makes me feel really special, and I'm humbled by the unselfishness and generosity that you don't find anymore. So really good, honest people, and I sure do miss them. Look forward to seeing them again one day. But in the meantime, I've got this. I'm going to get the engine detailed really soon, and as soon as I can, I've got bills like everybody else, so I got to save up to do things. And been meaning to get this car out more, but I've been working on Wilma and other things, and probably more than I should. But anyway, I thought y'all might get a kick out of this, and there's more to the story. I don't mean to bore you. My longtime subscribers have probably heard the story too many times, but every time I get it out, I go right back into talking about how I got this car, and it's just so special to me. I've had so many cars and trucks in my life, bunches and bunches and bunches of them, and a lot of times, as I said before, I've had to sell them because of financial situations and stuff like that. So I've been really hesitant to put money in this because, you know, there's a big part of my life I didn't have money to do anything. I was like them, hand to mouth. So anyway, I appreciate you watching the video. I don't mean to bore you to death. I just wanted to show you my 62 Impala. I'm so proud of it. I keep it in the garage, and there's a lot of things I still need to do to the car. And my wife says maybe if I sell a truck or something, I can get some more stuff done to it. But You know how I am. I fall in love with every car and truck I get. I don't know why I'm so attracted to cars and trucks, but I am. Let me know what you think. I've named this car, I know I've told you this before, but I've named this car Whitey because my grandmother had a pet chicken that you could just do anything with that chicken. It was a white chicken. I know it's crazy, but it was a white chicken, and I mean, you just gather her eggs every morning, and it's just so tame. And I don't know, I remember going out there with them to gather eggs, and Whitey'd just be sitting there, and you could do just about anything you wanted to with Whitey. It wasn't scared of you. And I don't know, I guess in honor of them, I've named this car Whitey. So anyway, I've talked long enough. Probably told you stuff y'all didn't really want to hear. But I appreciate you watching the video. As I said, I got 2 YouTube channels. Primered is Best, which is what you're watching now, and Chevy Trucks, it's 2 words. I'm on Instagram, Primered is Best, all 1 word. It's all confusing, I know. And I have Facebook, Primered is Best. Let me know what you think about my 62 Impala, old Whitey. And hope y'all's having a great day. Y'all stay safe. Hope you're having a really, really good day. I am just listening to it run. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please share my videos. I'm trying to get my channel to grow. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you later.